Hello everyone, welcome to your middle day, certainly my middle of the day reboot session. It's called the Blissful Warrior. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. I am the owner of Riverflow Yoga. Riverflow is a hot yoga studio located in Lambertville, New Jersey. We've had our doors closed since March, late March. We are slowly beginning to open our doors, offering what we call Guru Hot Yoga, which is one teacher and one student working together as one-on-one, which actually is the traditional way that yoga was passed down in the lineage, guru to student. So out of necessity and out of our concern for your safety, for the safety of us all, we are reviving that tradition. And if you'd like to know more about that, you can send me a private message or put a comment here and I will tell you how to participate in the one-to-one guru sessions that we're starting at Riverflow Yoga. And here we are offering you yoga on a very wide scale. We are one teacher, myself, and you'll find other teachers from Riverflow Yoga here on this Facebook Live, broadcasting to anybody and everybody who would like to use the benefits of yoga in your life right now. And I have been a yoga practitioner and teacher and mentor and retreat leader and so forth for the past 45 years, and I can tell you that never has yoga been more valuable to me than right now. This is a constantly changing world. It always has been, but it does seem like we're living in sort of a snow globe, doesn't it? It feels like every day things get shaken up. So just when you feel like you might have settled a little bit from the day before, or conditions might have settled into some kind of familiarity, that snow globe gets shaken up again, and you can feel it. You can feel it inside your nervous system. You can feel it in aches and pains in your body. You can feel it in your emotions. If you are one of the many people who wakes up in anxiety or goes to sleep in that state of stress, or has difficulty falling asleep, or has tears that seem to overwhelm you in the middle of a day or in a moment where you're not necessarily thinking about something upsetting, if you are being affected emotionally in any way, you're simply feeling the waves of this snow globe shaking up. So as a blissful warrior, the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is simply accept that. This is the way you're feeling in this moment, and there's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling or reacting. And as a blissful warrior, I'm going to invite you to consider that while you might not be in control of conditions around you, you can learn to have a measure of control about the way you react to those conditions. And that is the practice of the blissful warrior. You're going to be a warrior indeed, and maybe about many things in your life, but particularly about being blissful. Now that doesn't mean that I expect you, nor should you expect yourself, to be able to snap out of it, to jump from depression to bliss. It might happen, but don't be disappointed in yourself and don't feel like you're doing anything wrong if it doesn't happen. What you're going to be a warrior about is pivoting in a direction that feels slightly better at all times. So, here we are in the middle of the day. I love to repeat this because I think that it's really valid. The middle of the day seems to be the most opportune time, the best time for you to be able to take a step inside. I don't even want to call it a step back. It seems like something is regressing, when actually it's the exact opposite. You are pivoting forward towards a feeling that you would prefer to have. No matter what news you read this morning, no matter what conditions have changed in your life personally or in the world around you, you have this opportunity to step inward a little bit, take this moment to ground yourself, to get that snow globe inside of you to settle, even if outside conditions don't, and to then go forward into the rest of your day, maybe the rest of your life, but certainly the rest of the day after this session, feeling more grounded. You know, whatever decisions you make going forward, you will always feel better about those choices and more at home with the actions that you choose to take if you take action from a place of feeling sane. And I know a lot of us don't. A lot of us have the kind of anger and frustration and despair that makes us not feel like ourselves. And in order to move into a place of feeling like yourself, it takes a moment of calming and remembering what it feels like to be this person, this calm, sane, stable person that you know is in there somewhere. And I'm going to suggest that it's not even too many layers down. And yet, that shaking up snow globe just needs to be settled in order for you to return to that place inside of yourself, that grounded grace, that moment of feeling, oh gosh, what's a better word than sane? Feeling easy, feeling certain, feeling a sense of maybe hopefulness is your next step. Maybe optimism is your next step from wherever you start. You simply want to move into a place where you feel like any actions that you take, any thoughts that you have are going to benefit you. And when they benefit you, when you move forward in the world as yourself, feeling as if you are a beneficial force, then the people around you will also benefit from your presence. So that's a lovely thought. So many of us have children or spouses, family members, friends, colleagues, people that we care about, that we want to benefit in some way, and yet we are at a loss for what to do to help those people that we love feel loved and feel safe. Well, it begins by feeling that yourself. And so let's take care of you in this Blissful Warrior session. Let's be warriors about our own ability to soothe ourselves. And then see what happens when you take that soothed sense of self out into the world, into your family, into your workplace, into your friends circle, into your next Zoom meeting. Does a calm presence of somebody close to you feel better or feel worse? And can you be that calm presence? And if you are that calm presence and others sense it and feel it, how beneficial is that for you? So it all starts here with you, Blissful Warriors. Let's start easy by drinking water. It's sort of a biological fact that many of us don't drink enough water to feel the soothing benefits of water. So I drink half my body weight in ounces of water every day. This is, I don't know if it's an arbitrary number or not, but it's something that I was told by a naturopath that I highly respect, and many, many years ago, and I tried it, and I actually do feel better. I noticed some real changes in the way my body felt, in the texture of my hair, in the clarity of my skin. I noticed my energy levels were different, my sleeping patterns were different. Can it be as simple as drinking more water? I invite you to experiment and see if that's true. But let's begin this session by drinking water. Maybe it's the first sip of water you've had all day. Good for you. Here you are, drinking some water, doing your physical body a world of good. And I'm going to suggest that as you drink this water, you are going to feel that snow globe begin to settle down. It often looks like I'm chugging water. Once I start sipping water and something inside of me kind of gets that feeling of how good this is, it feels like I don't want to stop. If you're not used to drinking a lot of water, a couple of sips might be all that you're going to do today. In this Blissful Warrior practice, we are not struggling our way to feeling better. That makes no sense at all. We're going to give up the struggle and connect with the soothing. So all these practices that we're going to be doing here in Blissful Warrior are about re-engaging your soothing faculties, the things that you can do and feel and think and move towards that put you in a state of calm and soothed, and then to see what it feels like to move forward as that person and see if you prefer it. So we're arrived. You are arrived. You are here. If you're listening to this practice in the background, and I have many followers who tell me they simply like to listen to the words, whether they are engaging in the physical motions or not, and I promise you are getting benefits. If you like the physical movements that we're about to do, then I invite you to join those as well. This is all about your own soothing. And my friends, we are all starting from different places. And some things might feel like, wherever you're starting from, if you're at a starting place where you're in a place of despair or despondency, you might feel like moving your body is just too hard for you today. Please do not push yourself. I promise you that there is a step right above despair or despondency or depression, a gentle, soothing step that will be to maximum benefit for you. You do not have to push yourself into a place where you are not ready to go. Now, this might fly in the face of lots of things that you've been told in coaching classes, right? We're told to push ourselves out of the comfort zone. Not here. Here we are all about finding our way back into the soothed zone. I don't even call it the comfort zone. It's the soothed zone. As your emotional system, your nervous system, and your physical body is soothed, you are more effective as a human being. So there's no reason to push yourself anywhere. Be where you are, acknowledge it, and not only accept it, be okay with it. So if you're just listening today, removing the word just. Listening is as good as doing. If you are listening today as you are sitting in front of your computer and multitasking, which again, you've been told is a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Not if it feels appropriate for you in this moment. So fine. Choose to just listen. Choose to listen and to know that that is 100% beneficial for you today. If you would like to join me in some practices that we are about to do, then I invite you to come sit on the floor. Sit on a cushion. Sit yourself to the front edge of that cushion so that your hips tilt down and your knees tilt down. And now you're engaged with the support of gravity, pulling on your hips and knees. Place your palms on your knees and try palms down or palms up. See which feels more soothing to you right now. Palms in your lap is another really nice soothing position. And keep your elbow tips pulling downward so that you're not having this shoulder hunch, which is an old habit. It might be familiar, but it doesn't really feel soothing. If you prefer to sit in a chair, then go ahead and sit in a chair. Place both feet on the ground. And again, for all my friends who are joining me in front of their computer screens, doing a Zoom meeting or reading email or whatever else it is you're doing, that's fine. Place both feet on the ground, and you're going to have a physical way of calming that snow globe inside of you, that nervous system that might still be having some shaky feelings from news you read this morning or a thought that you had and carried over into today. Whatever it is, you don't have to get to the root of what's bothering you. Simply go for soothing your nervous system and giving your nervous system a chance to settle. If you prefer to lie down, and maybe you have the luxury of being able to lie down in the middle of your day, then I recommend that you lie on your back, have your arms far from your body, let your palms face up. I like to pretend that I have these little balls of light in the centers of my palms. And I take a moment to actually feel the weight of it and feel the temperature of it, feel the texture of it. Sometimes I even imagine the color of these little balls of light in the centers of my palms, feeling my entire hand relax. Give that a try. Your legs are out in front of you and your heels are lightly touching while your toes are splayed open. So your heels touch and your feet are kind of splayed apart. This gives your hips a chance to relax, your knees a chance to relax. Hips and knees do a lot of work for us. And so when you're lying down, it's nice to give them a chance to relax. So this is called your arrival posture, and you've chosen well. Whichever posture you've chosen well. No need to second guess yourself. So as we arrive here, I'd like you to simply check in on yourself. Close your eyes for a moment. And let's check in and see where you are right now. So on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say that 1 is very depressed or very despondent, lethargic, no energy, maybe upset, worried, frustrated, sort of the lowest level of feelings. And 10 is the opposite. It's excited, it's energized, could be very super relaxed. It's some feeling that feels really good to you. So where are you right now? On that scale of 1 to 10, 5 comes to mind for me. I feel like I'm right in between. Whatever number comes up, it's the right number, right? It's the number that came up for you. You don't have to evaluate it or validate it or gauge or judge it. Just accept it. This is where I am right now. You know, once you know your starting point, once you have a sense of where you are, it's so much easier to know what feels a little better. What's pivoting you in the direction of feeling more like yourself? What is guiding you towards soothed, which is what this Blissful Warrior practice is all about. The empowerment of soothing yourself. All right, let's move into some breathing right where we are. You're in your arrival practice. We're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. You will hear the breath in the back of your throat. And I'm going to guide you on this 3-part breath, belly, abdomen, and chest breathing, so that the breath comes all the way in and empties all the way out. And with each breath, you feel something deepening in your ability to feel soothed. All right. If you're joining this practice for the first time, I have to say that we have been here for over 150 days now. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. And even if you're not, I'm going to repeat something that I really like to say because you don't hear it very often and you might not have ever heard it before. Soothing yourself is where your power is. Your strength lies not in your struggle, it lies in your soothing. Your ability to soothe yourself will directly correlate to how empowered you feel and how strong you feel physically and emotionally in your life. So self-care is a big buzzword right now, taking care of yourself. But I would like to suggest that soothing yourself, which may be a less active form of self-care. There's something about the idea of self-care that almost feels like you have to do something. It becomes another thing on your to-do list, whereas self-soothing can be an instantaneous practice of simply moving yourself towards whatever feels better from this starting place. And that, my friends, is incredibly powerful. It almost seems too good to be true, so I'm going to invite you to experience it for yourself. And let's be breathing in this nice, deep, soothing way and see how it feels. So, if you're sitting up, try sitting up a little straighter. If you're sitting in a chair or sitting on the ground, focus your eyes on something directly in front of you and focus on that thing out of a little bit more of the tops of your eyes than the centers of your eyes. You know, when you focus out the centers of your eyes, we get this chin thrust. It's an old habit. Most of us have it. Our heads, instead of being directly on our necks at the top of our spines, are somewhere out in front. And anatomically, this causes stress in the neck. So neck pain is a very common complaint. So if you sort of imagine that someone has got 2 fingers on your chin and they're simply pushing your head back, just your head, so that your head can be on the top of your spine instead of forward of the top of your spine, you're going to feel a little soothing right there. And again, looking out of the tops of your eyes will prevent you from thrusting that chin forward and bringing that head beyond the top of your neck. All right, keep your eyes softly focused and let's begin breathing. Inhale, in through your nose. Hear a big loud ha sound in your throat. Balloon your belly out. Feel your thoracic cavity, your rib cage widen. Pull your collarbones wide apart as if you're creating one long collarbone, one continuous straight line, feeling a beautiful stretch across your chest. Holding here, your arms and hands relaxed. Now exhale. Hearing that same loud ha sound in the back of your throat, keep your collarbones wide. Feel your ribs come together, almost as if somebody has their hands on the sides of your rib cage and they're pressing inward. Feel your belly deflate. When your belly's totally empty, drop your tailbone straight down and then tuck it slightly under, almost like you'd like to undulate your tailbone towards your navel. It'll almost feel like you're hovering. Inhale. Fill your belly. Fill your rib cage. Pull your collarbones wide, feeling your shoulders come down by the pulling of your collarbones. Your chin is a little dropped. Your head's a little back. Your eyes are focused in front of you out of the tops of your eyes. And hold here in the fullness that you feel. Exhale. Make sure you can hear that loud ha sound in your throat. You sound like Darth Vader in this deep breath. Feeling your ribs get pressed together towards the midline of your body, letting your belly empty, your tailbone drop down, and then tuck a little towards your navel. Stay empty. Can you feel the satisfaction here? The soothing feeling of being empty? It doesn't feel like something's missing. It feels like something has been rediscovered. Inhale. Collarbones wide, chin dropped a little, head back a little, eyes focused forward, looking out of the tops of your eyes just a little. Exhale. Feel your ribs almost collapse. Belly deflate. Tailbone drops down, tucking up towards your navel. So 3 deep breaths, and again I want you to simply check in. How soothed do you feel now? 1 being again despondent, lethargic, sort of hopeless and despairing, and 10 being energized. And there are many degrees in between. So where might you feel that you are right now? If your number hasn't changed, that's fine. And if it has, that's fine. Simply noticing that no conditions outside of you have changed. It's likely that the conditions are pretty much the same as when we began this class, but something about you feels more empowered in a soothed way, in a calmer way, in a way that actually feels like yourself. So let's try 3 more of these beautiful deep breaths. Inhale. Hearing it in your throat. Ballooning your belly. Opening wide your rib cage. Pulling wide your collarbones. Noticing that your chin is dropped. Your eyes are softly focused. Exhale. It's as if you're passing the breath through a little hole in the base of your throat, and it makes that beautiful resounding sound on the way out. Empty your belly and drop your tailbone down and tuck your tailbone up. Inhale. Collarbones wide, chin dropped a little, head back a little. Feel the fullness across your chest as your collarbones are pulled, almost as if they're attached to a little traction machine, and they're getting pulled wider, and you're allowing it to happen. Exhale. Loud ha sound at the base of your throat. Still feeling your collarbones wide as your rib cage collapses a little, your belly deflates, your tailbone drops down, and then tucks up a little bit. As your tailbone tucks up a little towards your navel, can you feel that little lift in your chest? that little rise in your lightness, that feeling of lightness. One more. Inhale. Collarbones wide. Rib cage filled. Belly ballooned out. Chin dropped a little. Exhale. Ribs coming together. Collarbone still wide, belly deflates. Tailbone dropping to the ground. Tailbone undulating a little towards your navel. And now once again, checking in on that scale of 1 to 10, just noticing where you are. Definitely feel more like a 7. I've sort of switched the scale around for those of you who've been with us. I used to say that 1 is very calm and relaxed and 10 is really agitated, and that's still possibly valid. But today we're going to do it a little differently, where it's the opposite. 10 is where you feel fully like yourself, and 1 is where you're very lethargic and despondent. I feel like smiling. I feel like my energy level has just gone up to a 7. So again, it's not a contest. Whatever number comes up for you, you are automatically right. You are the one in charge of feeling what you feel and noticing that it's perfectly okay to be exactly where you are. Because until you know where you are, you really can't move in any direction. It's like having a compass. You sort of have to know where you're starting in order to know which way to turn next. So just in acknowledging where you are, you've already done an amazing thing. Think about that. How many people, how many times even you, wake up in the morning and just go right into your day, checking off your to-do list, right into the action steps that you feel you need to get done today. And certainly there are many things that we all need to get done. But until you know where you're starting from, it's hard to set that compass and know exactly how, the best way, what is the best route to get to that to-do list, to get all of those things accomplished in a way that doesn't deplete you. I have absolutely in my life experienced having to-do lists that are extremely full and approaching them with either frenetic energy, feeling as if I'm already starting behind the 8 ball, or approaching the same list with a feeling of grounded calm and noticing how much more productive and effective I am at getting things done and in not feeling depleted by the sheer level of things that need to be attended to. So there's something to this, my friends. Beautiful. So if you've joined us for the first part of Blissful Warrior, you've already had some clean water, you've drank some water, you've done some breathing, you've arrived in this moment and settled your physical body, you've arrived in this moment and soothed your nervous system. You're good. We're going to move a little bit more now into action, into some yoga poses. Thank you for all these hearts that I'm getting. So we're going to move into some yoga poses. And yoga poses are beautiful when they feel good. And so we're going to do these poses, these simple poses in ways that feel good. This is not a practice where you are encouraged to push yourself into pain. And if you feel pain, and you will know pain immediately, simply back it down a little bit. Find that place of soothing and start from there. There is no gain in pain, my friends. 45 years of practicing yoga, and I can tell you for sure that I have never seen any of my thousands of students benefit from pushing into pain. Pain is a great message. The message is you've jumped too many steps. You might have started low and you're trying to jump to 8 from 1. Too many steps. Take every step, not only to build your resilience, but to enjoy the pleasure that you feel in incrementally moving in these steps. Don't deny yourself this soothing pleasure of feeling every moment of your expansion. Treat your body that way as well. It's not a project to be worked on. Your body is a beautiful vehicle that allows you to enjoy every step of your life. That's how we're going to treat it in this Blissful Warrior practice. So, any ideas or misconceptions or, hard, angry thoughts that you have about your body, just try to put them aside for now. I wish I could tell you to let them go forever. It might not be reasonable for me to ask you to do that, but I can ask you for the next 15 or 20 minutes to put them aside. Just let them be quieted as you move into these poses and feel what you feel. Take the soothing, leave the stress. So let's lie down. Now, once again, if you are not able to lie down in this moment, in whatever else you're engaged in, you can still listen to me describe these poses and you will derive soothing benefits from them. So many beautiful studies now. We have this beautiful new science, neuroscience, that studies the brain in depth. And what we know is that the brain does not know the difference between whether you are imagining something or actually engaging in the activity. You can and will get the same exact benefits and the same results if you imagine the activity as if you engage in it. So the pleasure level might be different, but the benefits will be the same. So if you're listening to me describe these poses, you are benefiting. There is absolutely no reason to beat yourself up for what you cannot do in this moment. Be here and derive all the soothing pleasure from what you're willing to do in this moment. So I'm going to lie down, and some of you will lie down as well. I might need a little camera adjustment. No, I think we're good. So this pose is called Shavasana, arms at your sides. Now slide your arms far from your body and let your palms face up. Let your heels touch and your toes flop open so you can feel your feet flopping to the sides and your knees relaxing to the sides and your hips relaxing. As your palms face up, try to imagine those little balls of light resting in the centers of your palms. What's the weight of those balls? What about the color? Do they have a temperature, warmer or colder? Is there a texture that you can sense? Do they even have a scent? They smell like lavender or honey or something else that's kind of pleasurable. Remember what I said about the mind imagining or the actual presence of something, deriving the same amount of benefit from both. Tuck your chin and focus your gaze not on the ceiling, but downward, as if you're trying to see down the middle of your body. And pull your collarbones wide apart so you can feel your shoulder blades grounded, and let your ribs drop down and in. Now inhale, balloon your belly out. Feel your rib cage widen. Feel your collarbones pull from side to side. Relax your arms and hands. Relax your legs and feet. And exhale. Hear the ha sound coming out the back of your throat. You're breathing in and out through the nose again. Keep the collarbones wide. Let the rib cage feel like there are hands on the sides of your ribs, pressing them inward. Deflate your belly. And let your lower back feel as if it's dropping into someone's hand. Let that hand hold you at the small of your back. Inhale. Balloon your belly out. Feel your rib cage expand. Pull your collarbones wide. Drop your chin. Exhale. Hear the sound in your throat. Collarbones are wide. Ribs are being pressed inward. Your belly deflates, and you drop your lower back into that supportive hand. Checking in for a moment on that scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel? this, there was no struggle, no hard work, no suffering, no pain. There's only the power of soothing yourself. And how powerful is this? How do you feel right now? Let's move into some movement with this soothed self. As you inhale, bend your right knee. Place the sole of your right foot on the ground. Tuck your chin. Continue the inhale as you bring your arms in close. Pull your fingertips towards the wall in front of you, tucking your chin again. And bend your right knee to your chest. Bend your elbow tips and clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below the right knee. Shoulders down. Let your elbows nestle into your waist on either side. Relax your outstretched leg. Inhale, tuck your chin, elbows in your waist. As you exhale, tighten the grip of your fingers and guide your right knee towards your right armpit. So you can feel this increased pressure in your right hip, but it's not a pain. It's sort of a delicious pinch. As you cut the blood supply off to this right hip, you are building up a momentum of blood flow right behind this pinch. When you come out of this pose, there's going to be a fresh rush of oxygenated blood through that right hip, as that right hip gets a new sense of motion and mobility. And right here, right now, feel the soothing pleasure of this stretch. Inhale, chin down, elbows in your waist. Exhale, and guiding the right knee towards the right armpit. Try not to jerk or force or pull. Be present for this smooth glide, this really nice opening, this soothing stretch. And in doing so, in this pose right now, you are massaging your right hip, gaining new motion and new flexibility in that hip, and you are also massaging your ascending colon. So your digestive system gets a beautiful massage. And change. And relax your arms to your sides and keep that right knee bent inward but relaxed. And inhale, begin to flex the sole of your right foot towards the wall in front of you. Flex the heel, and the toes towards your face. And then slowly begin to raise the sole towards the ceiling, keeping the knee bent. Let the sole hold the ceiling up. Thread your right arm on the inside of your right leg and reach what you can. Maybe your ankle, maybe you can place your palm on top of your right heel. Now relax your right elbow as you tuck your chin, inhale. Relax your outstretched left arm and left leg. And as you exhale, if you're holding your palm on the sole of your right foot, just press down gently, feeling your right knee guided towards the outside of your right shoulder. Now be very mindful here of things that feel like a stretch. Stretching is always a soothing feeling, but anything that feels sharp, like a pain, you just back down on the pressure a little bit, because soothing is your place of strength. And pain is simply your place of injury, and there's no strength in injury. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you want to press a little bit more. Right knee towards the outside of the right shoulder. I can feel a stretch right here, deep in the left groin area. A stretch that feels very soothing. And now change. And once again, bend the right knee to the chest. Clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below the knee. Tuck your chin. Nestle your elbow tips. Inhale. And exhale. And once again, guide the right knee towards the right armpit. It's like you're applying a tourniquet to your right hip. And the laced fingers are the laces of the tourniquet. And they get tighter. That tourniquet applies its beneficial pressure deep in the right hip, deep in the ascending colon, and the knee just moves itself into the armpit. Now remember, there's no gold stars or rewards for getting the knee into the armpit. There's no end journey here. This is the journey of soothing, and it's in the moment, it's incremental, and it feels just right where you are. And then change. Let the sole of the right foot come to the ground and bring your arms out, bring your right leg out, and take a breath. Inhale. Bring your arms far from your body, palms facing up, and exhale. Now you might notice a difference in the right and left sides of your body. Just notice the difference that you feel. There's no need to validate it or quantify it. Just noticing it with awareness, feeling the pleasure of it. This is where your empowerment is, in your ability to control the way you feel. Inhale, bend your left knee. Place the sole of your left foot on the ground. See if you can inch your heel towards your butt a little bit so you feel that nice stretch in your back. Bring your arms in close to your body and pull. With all 10 fingertips tucking your chin, and then bend your left knee to your chest. Bend your elbow tips and clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below that left knee. Nestle the elbows in your waist. Tuck your chin to your throat. And as you exhale, tighten the laces of that tourniquet, the webbing of your fingers as you guide your left knee towards your left armpit. Notice that as you're guiding the knee, you can begin to feel these places of stretch. A bit of a pinch deep in the left hip, a nice open stretching feeling deep in the right groin. Relax your right leg more. Sometimes when we feel these sensations physically, there is an old tendency to contract against them, to have the nervous system sort of react in a way that feels like there's some danger. Just breathe and know there's no danger here if there's no pain. Inhale, tuck your chin. Elbows nestled in your waist. Exhale, pressing the laces of the tourniquet of your fingers, guiding your left knee a little more towards the left armpit. I'm hearing all sorts of clicks and cracks in my back, but there's no pain with it. It's just really musical. And then inhale and relax your arms to your sides. Keep your knee bent to your chest, relaxing it. As you exhale, begin to flex your left heel towards the wall in front of you and your toes towards your face. Rotate your left knee a little in towards the center of your body, and then slowly begin to raise the sole of your left foot to the ceiling, keeping your left knee bent. Thread your left arm inside your left leg and reach what's available. It might be your ankle. Maybe you can get your left palm on your left heel. One is not better than the other. You are where you are. Knowing your starting point is beneficial. What that starting point is irrelevant. Inhale, collarbones wide, chin down. And now exhale, just applying a little pressure. Palm to heel, or maybe you're holding the ankle, guiding the left knee towards the outside of the left shoulder. Just guiding like a compass. Inhale, tuck your chin. Keep your right side completely relaxed so your palm faces up and your right foot is moving to the right a little bit. And as you exhale, just applying a little bit more pressure, a little more stretch as it feels good. Right palm on right heel or holding the ankle and guiding the left knee, it's the left, not the right, towards the outside of the left shoulder. And then release the pose. And once again, bend the elbows, clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below the left knee, shoulders down and chin down, and elbows nestled in your waist. And exhale, tighten the tourniquet at the webbing of the fingers and guide the left knee towards the left armpit. Your chin is down. You can see your left knee. Feel the pinch in the left hip. Feel the stretch in the right groin. Relax into it. Elbows in your waist, shoulders down and chin down. And exhale, guiding the knee. And then release the pose. sole of the left foot on the ground, left leg out, heels touch, toes flopped apart. Let your arms come far from your body, palms facing up. Curling your fingers, tucking your chin. Inhale. Hear that sound in your throat, balloon your belly, widen your rib cage, pull your collarbones wide. And exhale, keeping the collarbones pulled wide, shoulder blades on the mat. Let the rib cage come pressed inward, let the belly deflate and the lower back drop. Now inhale, turn your palms to the ground and slide your arms out into a T position. You can look down from your shoulders, really see that your arms are in this nice T position. Bring your legs together. Now inch your fingertips out and pull your toes forward, tucking your chin, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Can you feel this stretch? Can you feel how soothing it feels? As you feel this connection to the soothing, you are not only doing something physical for your body, your nervous system is calming. That's the soothing that you feel. So pull your fingertips, inch them across the floor, pull your toes forward, rotate your knees in, feel this stretch. Now as you exhale, bend both knees, place both soles on the ground, inch your heels really close to your butt. And can you feel that traction you've created in your back? Take a moment to feel the satisfaction of that, how soothing it feels to have that length in your spine. Inhale, squeeze your legs together. Feel as if you're creating one leg out of your two. And then as you exhale, squeezing your legs tight, bring the knees to the chest. And inhale, inch your fingertips out to the sides. And as you exhale, squeeze your legs tight and drop both knees under the right armpit. Feel your left hip swivel off the ground. And wherever the knees stop, they stop. Maybe they touch the ground, maybe they don't. There's no finish line here. There's every single soothing step along the way. You don't want to miss any of it. You know, when you berate yourself for not being able to go as far as you think you should be able to go in a pose, you are pulling yourself out of your soothing place. There's no benefit in competing even with yourself, not when your goal is soothing yourself into your strength. Inhale, squeeze your legs together and bring your knees back to center. When they're at center, take a moment to inch your fingertips, squeeze your legs tight, tuck your chin down, and as you exhale, let both knees drop under the left armpit. Take it slow. Feel the swivel of your hips. Feeling the knees aim under the armpit. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat. And then wherever your knees stop, relax your feet and just lie here. Trace this beautiful S-shaped stretching of your spine from your neck all the way down to your tailbone. And inhale back to center. Squeeze your legs tight. At center, squeeze the legs together, draw the knees in close, tuck the chin towards your knees, and as you exhale, once again, dropping both knees under the right armpit, letting the hips swivel. Now slide the back of your head to the right and drop over onto your left ear. Maybe your left ear touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. Who cares? You're getting a deeper S-shaped stretch here, and the soothing just goes deeper and deeper. I never want to come out of these poses. And inhale, squeeze your legs together, bring your knees to center, bring your head to center. Once you're at center, squeeze the legs together and draw the knees in close, tuck the chin. And as you exhale, let both knees drop under the left armpit. Feel the swivel of your hips. even as you keep both shoulder blades on the mat by pulling the collarbones wide. It's a fun little game. And then slide your head to the left and drop onto your right ear. And feeling the enhanced stretch. Squeeze your legs together, back to center. Bring your head back to center. Slide your arms in close to your body. Begin to pull with your fingertips towards the wall in front of you. Tuck the chin to the throat. And then bend your elbow tips and wrap your arms around your knees and grab whatever's available. Could be fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms. Hold in here, relax your feet. Squeeze your legs together as you inhale, chin to throat. As you exhale, squeeze the legs tight and draw the knees to the chest. So here you might feel that little pinch deep in the base of both hips. Knees to chest, thighs are on your transverse colon, giving a great massage to your digestive system. Inhale. Exhale, press. Tuck the chin more. Squeeze the legs tighter. Draw the knees closer. And now inhale, release the arms and place the hands in prayer position in front of your chest and pull your elbow tips towards your hips. Tuck your chin towards your throat. And as you exhale, slowly begin to roll your entire body to the right. So coming over onto your right side, make a little pillow of your hands. Bring your hands under your forehead to the side and pull yourself into like a little turtle shell. So tuck your chin, bring your elbow tips in and your knees in. Let your left elbow tip come over your body to the ground. Tuck your chin more. Relax your feet and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale and place your palms on the ground. Look at the backs of your hands and slowly press yourself back up. Come into a seated position. Facing front. Bring your legs out in front of you, legs together. Flex your heels forward. Flex the toes towards the ceiling. Place your palms on your shins, lock your elbows, drop your chin, pull your collarbones wide. Focus on that object in front of you. Place your head on your neck. Just assume that your head is a little beyond your neck right now and you have to push it back a little bit. Keep your chin dropped to relax the back of your neck. Just sitting here, feeling strong. Inhale, flex your heels forward. Flex the toes towards your face. Rotate your knees inward. Now, if when you're doing this, you have any pain in your hamstrings, some of us do, bend your knees a little bit, right? We're looking for the soothing in these poses, not the pain. You're going to change your mind here, Blissful Warriors. Pain is not your goal, and it's not your reward, and it's not your sign of doing something good for yourself. Soothing. Soothing is where you find your strength and your empowerment. Inhale, collarbones wide, elbows locked. Now as you exhale, drop your chin a little and begin to lean back into your hips. Slide your palms over your knees, keeping your collarbones wide and your arms locked, letting your palms slide over your over your thighs. Let your heels continue to pull forward and toes flex towards the ceiling as you lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You're going to lower yourself all the way down onto your back for final Shavasana. So lying on your back, your arms are at your sides, but they're far from your body, so slide them along the ground so that they're far from your body, with your palms facing up, your heels lightly touching, your toes flopped apart. Have your eyes open for a moment so you can shift your gaze from the ceiling to downward, down the center of your body. Tucking your chin a little towards your throat. Pull the collarbones wide apart so you feel both shoulder blades on the mat, and you are settling yourself down. And now breathing as you inhale, balloon your belly out. Collarbones wide, chin down, eyes open. As you exhale, keep the collarbones wide as you deflate the belly. Feel the rib cage coming in towards the center line of your body, and let your lower back drop so that it's being held by a hand that slipped itself under the small of your back and holds you supported. Inhale. Hear the sound in the back of your throat, and exhale. Now close your eyes, and one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And now just for a moment, just checking in again lightly on that numerical scale, 1 to 10, 1 being in despair, feeling hopeless, and 10 feeling energized. Where are you right now? The number feels like 8 to me. It doesn't really matter what it feels like to me. This is all about you. And if you've noticed any change in the way you feel now from when you first came here, great. And if you don't, great. Be patient with yourself. You are learning to soothe. And in this learning, you are going to refine the strength and confidence and sense of empowerment that has always been there inside of you. And you will be less likely to be tossed about by outside conditions. Even as you recognize that they're there, you are more stable on this very tumultuous sea. Thank you for joining me today. This is Blissful Warrior Yoga. I am Rhonda Uretsky, the owner of Riverflow Yoga. We are a physical yoga studio in Lambertville, New Jersey. We are opening our doors for what we call Guru Hot Yoga, one teacher to one student. This is a very private, personalized practice. If you'd like more information about securing one of our spots in Guru Hot Yoga, feel free to private message me or comment here, and I'll be glad to connect with you and see if Guru Hot Yoga is a practice that will soothe you. Also, join us here on our Facebook page, coming to you live every day, 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. We are here in the middle of the day with Blissful Warrior Yoga to soothe you in the middle of your day. In the evenings and in the mornings, we offer hot yoga. This is a more vigorous practice, but still designed to soothe your body and your mind. And we offer one special Yoga Nidra class on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. designed to guide you gently into a restful night of sleep. So for the foreseeable future, we will be here on Facebook Live, broadcasting these yoga and mindfulness practices to whomever it resonates for. Notice you can come back to this page. All of these sessions are saved here on our Facebook Live page. We will be starting something new shortly, especially for people who would like a more scheduled type of practice, something that fits your time frame and fits exactly what you need in the moment. For now, here we are in Blissful Warrior, Facebook Live classes. Join me. We're here for you. We're here for ourselves. We're here for each other. We are here to find the strength of being a blissful warrior, a person who believes in the soothing rather than the struggling. Feel free as well to comment here about what you liked, about what you need, about what you might like us to focus on specifically in these Facebook Live practices. We do love hearing from you. Go out into the rest of your day, blissful warrior style, feeling safe, feeling sane, feeling soothed, and then watching what unfolds in your life. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then.